Have you ever heard an ad or maybe a political promise and you just get that feeling, the one, that you're being tricked somehow? Like the words sound perfectly fine, but something just feels a little off. Well, that feeling is often caused by a really sneaky trick of language, and today we are going to pull back the curtain on it. It's called the ambiguity fallacy.
Just look at this real headline. Local high school dropouts cut in half. Now, if you read that one way, it's fantastic news, right? Great for education. But read it another way, and let's just say it's a much more gruesome story. This is a perfect, kind of funny example of the confusing double meaning we're going to break down.
So, this whole deceptive double meaning thing, it actually has a name. Let's give this trick a proper introduction. And that name is the ambiguity fallacy. It happens when a word or a phrase that has multiple meanings gets used to make an argument seem way stronger than it actually is. You can think of it as a classic bait and switch, but it's being done with words instead of products.
Okay, so here's how the trick actually works. It's a three-step process. First, it starts with a word that has two different meanings. We'll just call them meaning A and meaning B. Then, the argument starts by using meaning A, the one that's super easy to agree with. But then, for the final move, the conclusion sneakily switches over to meaning B. It's a really subtle shift, but that's what completely breaks the logic.
So, why do we fall for this so often? Well, it's because our brains love taking shortcuts. They're efficient. When we hear familiar words, we just automatically assume they have one consistent meaning. The argument seems to flow perfectly, and it takes real mental energy to hit pause and realize the definition of a key word has been switched right under our noses. All right, now that we know the trick, let's go on a little safari. It's time to learn how to spot this thing hiding out in the wild. You see this one all the time in advertising. A juice is labeled all natural. Okay, but what does that really mean? I mean, an apple is natural, but so is poison ivy. The vague claim on the left sounds appealing, sure, but the specific statement on the right gives you information you can actually use. So here's a quick spotter's guide for you. Keep an ear out for words with obvious double meanings, like right. Does it mean correct, or does it mean a moral entitlement? Watch for a definition that seems to change halfway through an argument, and if a promise feels really vague, that is a major red flag. Just get in the habit of asking yourself one simple question. Could this mean something else? So, you can spot it. That's half the battle. But how do you stop it? Well, lucky for us, there's a simple but super powerful tool in your Clarity Toolkit. And here it is. This is your secret weapon. A simple, non-confrontational question. The real magic here is in the word we. By asking what we mean, you're not accusing anyone. You're turning it into a team effort to find clarity. This one question just peacefully disarms the whole fallacy. Why? Because it politely forces the other person to lock in a single definition. And once they do that, the ambiguity just evaporates. The argument now has to stand on its own 2 feet, or it falls apart completely. There's nowhere left to hide. Okay, you've got the theory, you've got the tool. Time to put this new skill to the test. Let's do a couple of quick checks. First up, a politician gets on stage and promises they'll fight for the average family. Now, that term, average family, is that a potential landmine of ambiguity? What do you think? Yes or no? If you said yes, you are absolutely right. The answer is a huge yes. Because what even is an average family? For me, it might be a family with 2 kids and a mortgage. For you, it might be a single parent renting an apartment. Without a clear definition, that promise is basically meaningless. It's designed to make everyone feel included without committing to anything specific at all. Okay, question number 2. This is a classic. You see a sign that says, "Fine for parking here." A guy parks his car, thinking it's fine to do so. So, which word here is the source of all the confusion? Is it parking, fine, or here? The ambiguous word is, of course, fine. Does it mean it's acceptable to park there, or that you're going to get a penalty if you do? That one little word makes the difference between a convenient parking spot and a very expensive ticket. So, at the end of the day, ambiguity really thrives in those gray areas that we just don't question. The best defense isn't knowing all of the answers, it's just knowing the right questions to ask. So remember this mantra: demand clarity, defeat ambiguity. And maybe start asking yourself, where else are ambiguous words shaping the way I see the world?